Pretty girl. This is our week 2 recap for little Waffles. Similar to last week, we are still going to charge that clicker, maybe not as much as we did last week. We reviewed all of the behaviors that we worked on last week, so remember having them follow that food lure. Waffles. Following the food lure paired with her name. Waffles. Girl. Okay, ready? Touch. Touch. We were working on doing hand targets both with and without food. So that first hand target, I did have food in my hand like we did last week. That second hand target, I offered a flat palm with no food. Get it? And then as soon as I felt her nose, I still clicked and then gave her food. Touch. Good girl. So that one, again, was without food. I just had a piece of kibble behind my back to give her as soon as I clicked. Get it? Touch. Good girl. Very good girl. Sit. Good job. So that one I did use food just to warm her up, but the rest of the times I ask for it, I am going to not use food. Get it. Sit. So again, no food in my hand, I'm still gonna click, and I'm still gonna feed her food after I click. Very good girl. Yeah, those were kind of crumbs. Those are kind of crumbs. Good girl. Yeah. You're doing so well. Oh my goodness, does that feel good? Got a little itchy spot? Okay, ready? I know. Oh, get it. The new thing that we worked on this week was some downs. So getting her into that sit and then just straight down. Very good girl. So kind of nose level with your dog and then straight down to the ground, nice and slow and steady. If we go too fast, she might get drop. Good girl. Disengaged from that piece of food and not lay down. If we pull the food out, she might stand up. So right at her nose level and straight down. Very good girl. Yeah, you're doing very well with that. Ready? Get it. Waffles. That's good girl. Yeah. So I know you couldn't really see her there where I threw the cookie, but this week we also were working on throwing Get It cookies, playing the flying cookie game where we toss a cookie in different directions, and then once she's done eating that piece of food, we then call her name. And as soon as she looks back towards me, that's the moment I'm gonna click and feed her right at my side. Get it. Waffles. Yes, good girl. Very good girl. Yeah. Should we play with the monkey for a second? Play with your monkey. Oh my goodness. I know. We're not going to jump up though. Go get it. Waffles. Yes, good girl. Good job. So notice there when I first called her name, she wasn't super interested in coming back because she was staring at the camera. Then I did not say her name again. I don't want to chant my puppy's name over and over again. So I only said her name once, and when she didn't listen, I maybe made some kissy noises, and then when that didn't work, I started patting on the ground, and that's what got her attention. Same thing though, as soon as she turned around, that's when I clicked and I still fed her that food. All right, pretty girl, let's work on your mat. somewhere else real quick. Get it. Good girl. Yes. So this week for the mat, good girl. We are waiting for the dog to at least get into a sit. So as you could see, the mat went down. She maybe thought about it for a second, but then came over and did sit down. So once she sat, that's when I clicked and gave her that cookie. Okay. Oops. Good job. So just helping her out a little bit there. She almost walked off the mat. So I cued her back, and I didn't ask for that SIT, but I did lure her with a hand motion. Okay. Yeah. The other new step to this week is after the first click and cookie, I am coming down with a few more pieces just to kind of keep her stuck on that mat, and then I'm releasing her. Okay, in different directions with my goal of her coming back to the mat. Yeah, what's that? Good girl. Good job. So still learning. She got a little distracted over there at that crate. So I just got her attention back on the mat. As soon as she saw me lift that up and move it, she came right back over. Yes, you're a very good girl. Just kind of waiting in between my cookies to build some duration in this position. Very good. And make sure when we're practicing this one, we do release her in different directions. Okay. Good girl, Waffles. Yeah. You're a very good girl. Hi. Can we show them what we did next with our crate? I'm actually going to move to the other side. All right, so the next thing that we did this week was work on the crate. Just playing different games, getting her in and out, trying to be able to build some duration with the door closed. Where are you? Come here. Come. Good girl. Close it. So for that, as I tossed a piece of food in, I said kennel. Once she's in there, I am just going to drop a few pieces down in, as long as she's not barking or jumping or pawing at the crate door. Right here. Good girl. And then after I drop maybe 2 or 3 pieces in, this is where we're going to practice releasing her on our terms versus her rushing out of the crate. So I'm prepared with a piece of food in my hand. As I open the door, I'm going to show her that food. Okay. And toss the cookie out. Ready? Kennel. Very good girl. Yeah. Good girl. Girl, love. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Okay. And with most behaviors that we're working on these 3 weeks, we are going to try to get at least 3 repetitions of the behavior, and then we're going to move on to the next behavior just so our puppies don't get overwhelmed. It's a lot to learn at once, so when you guys are home, you certainly can spend 10-15 minutes on 1 or 2 behaviors versus all of them in 20 minutes. There you go. Okay. Very good girl, Waffles. Very good girl. I know. Yeah. You play with that one. Get set up. What are you doing? I got the good stuff. Yeah, I got the chicken. I got the chicken. I forgot the nail trimmers though. We'll do the handling and then I'll get it. Yeah. All right, and then the final thing that we worked on this week was more of our handling and grooming exercises. So for this week with the restraint, building a little bit of duration to everything that we did last week. So applying some light pressure, yes. And I held her there for more than 5 seconds, but just applying that pressure and building duration. I know. And then the other thing, yes, was adding a level to that restraint. She's a pretty small dog, so she might not really ever be held that way. But sometimes when in the animal hospital, they might want to give her what's called a bear hug. And it's just a gentle hug, hand under the belly and hand around her neck, just to keep her a little more immobile. Yes. So again, we're going to practice touching the tail. We're going to practice flipping back each ear. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Looking in those eyes. Yeah. Yes. Good girl. The hard one, especially while she's eating, looking in her mouth. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. And then touching the 4 paws. Ideally, I do want her standing for the back paws. Yes. Good job. Good job. Ooh, that's a lot of chicken. Yeah, that's a lot of chicken. Good girl. I know. Can you stand up? Oh. Good job. Yes. Good girl. Move on to those front paws. Yes. Good girl. Yeah, one more front paw. Yes. Good job, pretty girl. Get it. And this week we did continue to work with the hairbrush. So first stroke is with the flat side, and then the second is with the bristles. Yes, good girl. And while I'm brushing through with the bristly side, that's when I will mark and feed her. Yes, good girl. Yeah. Yes, good job. So letting her check that out, see what's happening. Yes. And as soon as she re-engages with that food, that's when I'm gonna mark and feed her. It's okay for her to be curious about, oh, what is this brush going down my back? Or what are these nail trimmers coming to my paws? But we do wanna make sure they continue to eat and be happy during these procedures. Otherwise, they might be a little overwhelmed with what we're doing. Good girl. So let me move myself so you can see this better. Come here, babe. So for this, just bringing the nail trimmers to her paw. Yes, good girl. Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh, she almost fell over. Good girl. Yes. And building duration of holding those nail trimmers to the paw. Nail trims aren't really a quick thing. So we do, ma'am, that is not a toy. So we do want her to be used to us holding that paw for a prolonged period. Same thing with the back. Yes. Good job. Here. Good girl. Yes. Good job, pretty girl. Ready? Get it. Good job. Good job. And that's it for this week with Waffles. Yeah.